Okay, so today we're going to work on the blouse that goes with the overalls and the hat. And this is what we have so far, the overalls and the hat. Today we're going to make the blouse. Okay, so the blouse has some options. You can use the sleeve piece and just make one piece sleeve with, a regular hemline, no cuff or anything, or ruffles. You can use the two-piece sleeve, which is like a bell sleeve at the bottom. And if you don't want to use that and you want a short sleeve, you can use this, and you will turn this up 1/2 inch. Okay, the front of the blouse also has options. If you want to put a placket on the front, you're going to cut along this line. If you just want a plain front blouse without that placket, you're going to cut across this line on the inside. Okay, and then you'll put that piece on the fold. The blouse can have many different looks. We're going to make the blouse that has the placket, and I know we have another pattern like this somewhere, but I can't find it. I put the piece of the pattern on here, and you want to make a clip where the regular blouse line would be, because this piece is going to be the placket. I just made a little indentation, okay, so that I know where to sew it from. So you're going to put these wrong sides together, and that is 1 inch. So I'm going to put a pin down here just to help me keep my line straight while I'm stitching. And then we are going to sew straight down like that. Now if you open up your blouse and you push this down, alright, you have your fake placket, and I'm going to go press that so it stays in place. Put lace in mine. You could do rickrack, you can leave it just like that and press it down if you want, but you can pick up, you've got room here, so you can push rickrack or whatever you want in there. You're going to need a piece of 5 inch, whatever it is you choose, whether it's ribbon or lace, and I'm going to put it on both sides. You want to get it even, so it's the same on both sides. Put a pin. Now you're just going to do a straight stitch down this side and down this side. You can add buttons down here if you want, or leave it plain. It's up to you. The next step is we are going to take our back pieces, place them right sides together on the front piece, line at the shoulders, and you're going to stitch straight across the shoulders and then finish the edge. So we finished the edges. Set that aside for a second. We're going to work on the facings for the front and back. So the facings are going to go this way. This is going to come up, and this actually is going to meet the shoulder seam on your shirt. Alright, so we're going to stitch straight across, and then I'm going to go around and finish the outside edge. So that's sewn together and it's finished on the outside edge. Open up our blouse, and this goes right sides together, like so. And this seam should match up with your shoulder seam on the other side. Okay, we're going to stitch all around this inside curve now, from down one bottom, up around the neckline, and down the other side. And this is the back opening. It's sewn on. So you either want to trim these seams, or you want to get your clippers and clip into them. I trim the neckline seam, clip the corners on the back edges, and you just really need to clip this. These straight ones are fine. So you would just go around and clip, 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 clip. Okay? Okay, so once you've clipped that, you could turn this to the wrong side. Fold it right on that seam. You want to try, see where that seam is right there? You want to make sure that that's exactly on the fold line. So now you're going to top stitch around and back down. Okay, so we're going to work on the sleeves. I'm going to be making the bell sleeves with the two parts of sleeve. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is go finish the edge on the bottom of these sleeves. Okay, so those are finished. Right sides together, we're going to flip the bottom part of the sleeve onto the top part of the sleeve, and we're going to pin. Okay, and now we're going to stitch straight across and then finish the edge on both. And now I'm going to, because we put lace here, I want the sleeves to match, so I am going to put lace across that seam on the sleeve. Okay, so like 5.5 inches of lace. So I'm going to go sew these on, and I will be right back. So set your sewing machine on a very long length, and I move my needle all the way over as far as it can go so that I end up making the gathering stitch about 1/8 of an inch from the edge, so that when I sew it onto the sleeve, that doesn't show. Okay, don't forget to sew your set your sewing machine back to a normal stitch after you finish doing that. And then if you just pull the bobbin threads, you'll be able to gather it. You just want to even your gathers out. And now right sides together. We're going to sew the sleeves to the shirt. So pin. Okay. And now we're going to sew along that edge, and then we're going to finish the edge. And we're going to do the same thing for the other sleeve. So we're going to stitch down both sides and then finish the edge. I like my sleeves on the longer side. You may want to do 3/8 of an inch. This is going to come under her wrist, probably just about maybe to her finger line, maybe a little bit above it. So if you want your sleeve shorter, you can turn this up more. Okay, so I'm going to go hem the sleeves, and I'll be right back. Oh, and you need 4 inches of Velcro. This Velcro is 3/8 of an inch wide. And I like to just pin the beginning and the end just to make sure it stays in place while I'm sewing it. And the other piece of Velcro is going to go on the inside of your shirt. Okay, so I'm going to go sew those on, and when I get back we'll try it on Greta. Gonna add a couple of buttons. Alright, kind of like that. because hers is going under overalls and you're not even going to see it, I don't think I'm going to do that. But if I was making this for a skirt or something where at least part of the shirt showed through, I probably would add some buttons to it. So let's try it on her and see how it fits. Alright, so that's the back. This is the front. Alright, I think it's kind of cute. I like the sleeves. They're a little bit different than normal. Alright, and this is going to go underneath. Should have probably put orange buttons on this, but I didn't know what I was making when I made the overalls. I could still change out the buttons. But I think that's pretty cute. I'll take pictures and put them in with this video so that you could see what it looks like.